And we're live. Hello, everyone. Put your stars and sits in the comments. Today is the day, gentlemen. Today is the day that the LA Chargers take down the Kansas City Chiefs and the receivers return and everything is fixed. Rainbows and sunshines today. I'm excited, and we're here to answer your start sits as we do every single weekend. We're sorry we're late. It is completely my fault. I take all the blame, but we're here nonetheless. It's the M, it's the J, it's the T. I'm here with Joe Morley, Tony Tucker. Joe, how are you doing?
It's a great morning when the Raiders come, and the Raiders are going to knock off the Denver Broncos this morning. So let's ride.
Let's ride. I like it. Tony?
I love delusion in the morning. Little coffee, little Raiders hysteria. It would actually be better, Joe. Like, this could improve you guys to actually maybe get a left tackle. You guys should want to lose some of these games. TDs.
TDs!
Shake them if you got them. And Stephen Armstrong. Stephen coming representing strong 2 days in a row.
What's going on, gentlemen?
All
Mike, how are you doing? How's your morning?
Great.
Mike fumbled a cup of Joe already. That sounded
It was worse. It was worse. It wasn't even coffee. I haven't had coffee yet. It was a freaking mixture of hydration and water, and it's a huge cup, as you can see.
Fabian, I don't know why people are saying that the Raider and Bronco game is going to be one of the lowest scoring games. Yeah,
it could be.
I mean, it could be because we've seen the Broncos play some shitty ass games this year. But the last time these two guys played, they both put up 20 points. Or the Raiders put up 32 and the Broncos put up 23.
The only thing I think that's happened in that, like, since that Broncos defense has gotten better and the Raiders offense has gotten worse. So I don't know where this Raiders optimism is coming from. And the game is in Denver.
Yeah, that's why I took the Broncos. I didn't do a coin toss.
I know you did. I saw that on there on your thing because I went to check to make sure. And, of course, you changed to all my picks so that I can up to you.
It was a coin flip, Tony. A coin flip.
E on the mic. How about them Dolphins?
All right.
And of course, Tony's favorite man of the hours in the house, Johnny Talk Sports.
JTS. This dude runs fantasy sports.
He says if he wins today, he clinches the #1 seed.
He does. He got me last week again, which was a killer. I didn't get 2 touchdown weeks out of Eckler, and Barkley was on a bye, so it was a rough time to play him. And also, ever since I traded for Jalen Hurts, he's been average.
Hey, we've made 2 trades, Tony.
And I've lost both of them, Joe.
You've lost both of them. One time you traded in the dynasty, you traded me Tom Brady for Justin Fields, and that's been the best trade I've had.
That hurts so bad because I didn't even have Justin Fields. I picked him up off of waivers, started him for 2 weeks, lost both weeks. I just needed to get 17, 18 points out of him, and he got me like 12 and 13.
You know who I picked up off the waivers last night because somebody dropped him about 2 weeks ago? Kadarius Toney. Thank you, Mike, in that league for dropping Kadarius Toney.
Hey, sometimes you got a good team. You got to do what you got to do. You got to cut the stragglers. He ain't going to do very good tonight. Don't worry, Joe.
Who is this Derek person? Whenever I feel like Johnny trolls himself with this other person, but he always shows up when Johnny's here to talk shit to him. And I think it's hilarious.
Derek says, Johnny, I hope you lose tonight.
It's never like super mean either. It's just like very earnest. Like, Johnny, let's sit down. I need to talk to you. I hope
Johnny
you
had
take
a good
the
comeback,
hottest
though.
possible this evening.
Johnny said, "I'll still sit in first place no matter what happens, win or lose."
I think they have a storyline going too. Like, there's a root to this. I forget what it was.
Yeah, but
John like was untruthful on like a live stream or something, and it's just been a dragged on thing until today.
oh shit, this has layers.
Yeah, I don't know what it is exactly. I remember there is some drama there between Derek and Johnny.
We need to start our own like MJT 60, like our own where we just dig deep into like all the little online kerfuffles that happen. We start doing like documentary, like little 5-minute mini docs on people's beef.
I got one you can start with.
Call me crazy. Wait, call me crazy, Tony, but I think that we might be better at that than this. At starting a beef show.
A Johnny fake power outage.
Fake the power outage. Here we go. I think it was a Madden game. He was losing and pulled the plug on it.
Johnny, tell us it's not true. Tell us you didn't do that, Johnny.
Here's the thing, Derek. I got your back on this one forever. When I was young, I was the best at every sports game in my neighborhood. And so many people in my life pulled cords out of the wall, pulled my remote control out at like when I'd be trying to shoot a free throw in a basketball game, or I'd be running like we'd be playing Sega and I was about to run in a touchdown pass and they would pull my remote out of the front of the Nintendo 64, whatever it was, or they would just hit the reset button violently and call me a cheater just for whipping their ass. So if this dude went as far enough to fake a power outage, I'm on Derek's side forever on this argument.
We used to look up to you, Johnny. Not anymore now. Not anymore.
We hope you lose.
TDs. Let's start off with TD's question.
Josh Palmer, Rondale Moore, Drake London. The Chargers play the Chiefs. Cardinals playing the Niners on Monday Night Football, and the Falcons are playing the Bears. Ooh, tough defense. We got to pick two. Joe, what are you thinking here? I think I know my answer.
Well, Josh Palmer going to be pushed back a little bit, right, with the return of Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. I guess I'll go with Rondale Moore and Drake London just to be on the safe side. Everybody likes what we've been trying to hope and see Josh Palmer do that actual breakout game. I haven't seen it from him, so I'm not gonna support him like my guy Tony Tucker will.
I think that Palmer's actually helped by having at least one of them out there. I don't think both of them play a full complement of snaps. So I would start Palmer and I would start Rondale Moore in this. Drake London did score a touchdown last week, but I think if the Falcons are going to get back to winning a football game, it needs to be focused on the run. So while Drake London is the clear-cut one, that really hasn't meant much this year. And Marcus Mariota, Tyler Algier, Cordell Patterson, Huntley, all those guys, I think, try to put up 200 in the rushing game and lacks that hurts the passing game.
I think I'm going to go with Moore in London, like Joe. I just think that the two wide receivers coming back, I agree with you, Tony. They are going to be not on maybe a pitch count, but you're going to see them miss some time in this game. You don't just jump onto the field and in a week be able to play a full 4-quarter game. I think Palmer will have more than he usually does when both guys are back. But I think I'm going to go with Moore and Drake London. It's definitely more. The reason why I'm saying Drake London is I know how bad the Bears defense has been. They've just been giving up big play after big play after big play, and he's a big playmaker. I hope Mariota can give him the football, though.
Imagine this. Imagine the Chargers had a competent play designer, right? What would a smart person do? Oh, we're getting back Keenan and Mike. Let's put players next to them, DeAndre Carter, Josh Palmer, that makes it look like the number one option on the route is the guys we've been waiting for to come back. But here's a trick. The play is actually designed somewhere else. It's called a decoy. And for whatever reason, our incompetency of calling and designing plays does not use any sort of trickery or decoys or anything. But I have a little bit of faith that might be the case this evening, that they dial up something where Josh Palmer catches a deep ball because Keenan's on the underneath route, or they run, Mike and Josh Palmer, and instead of Mike going on the go route, Josh goes on the go route, and you sit down a hitch with Mike Williams because he's got a bad ankle. So Palmer, well, not the best of the three, has a bump in production because they're back.
So there you go. Take that one.
I'm a man of optimism there, Tony. I like that take.
Fabian's asking about Zeke. Should he start Zeke tonight? Zeke is coming back. He was questionable, but he'll be playing. You can tell that by the way the Dallas Cowboys have been playing their roster. They didn't bring up an extra running back, so it's going to be Tony Pollard and Zeke tonight. But are you starting Zeke? Fabian, if this is what you're down to because of your bye week, you're starting Zeke, but you got to know that Zeke is the number 2 running back on that team now.
Is he officially the number 2 back?
Come on.
I think if he plays, he starts. But I do think Pollard handles more touches, gets more work in the receiving game. The area that I think Zeke will still kind of control is that red area, is that bigger body, smash the ball. I think at this point now, Zeke is more functionally better as a real life football player than fantasy.
Yeah, they're using him in situations. They're using him exactly when they need him, and he's really good at what they need him to do. Yeah. That's why Cowboys fans have told me they're a 1-2 punch. They're a 1-2 punch. And it's like, I understand they're a 1-2 punch, but I feel like the 1-2 should be Pollard Zeke, not Zeke Pollard.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like Zeke's going to come in on 3rd and 2s, like more often, not all of them, but I think more often on those short yardage, we need this 2nd and 3 type situation, goal line and some blitz protection. Like he's going to come in when it's like, hey, we're definitely throwing this football. Go ahead and pick somebody up on this play.
Mike Tolbert. He's Mike Tolbert. Just say it.
Yeah, I don't want to go that far.
A little faster. Hey guys.
So if you have Zeke, you're gonna play Zeke, right? That's what you're saying. Play Zeke if you have him.
I mean, what is the option? He just said I'm debating on it.
Yeah, if I don't have any other better option, so go with Zeke.
Well, give me some options, whoever you are, mystery man. I don't know who put it up there.
Fabian put it up there. Fabian. All right. Aaron Andrade says, "You guys are going with Rondell Moore from Arizona or Adam Thielen?"
Ooh, this is a tough one. I think I might start Rondell Moore Monday night. I think they're going to need to score some points against the 49ers. I think they're going to need to throw the ball. I don't think the answer for them to move the football tomorrow is James Conner, right? So the short passing game to Rondell Moore, I think I like that better than Adam Thielen trying to get open against a crazy pass rush for the Cowboys with Christian Darrisaw either out or banged up. That's my thought process.
The Cowboys are going to win, by the way. But that also could work in opposite, Tony. I think that Adam Thielen, because of the pass rush, could get a lot more underneath work. The defense is going to focus on Justin Jefferson. Maybe Adam Thielen becomes the hot guy for when Kirk Cousins is in trouble. I'm going to go with Thielen. I think Thielen has a good day today to the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys.
I'm going with Thielen as well, Mike.
2 more L's for you guys. I see you guys are against me today, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to start writing these down. I'm going to pen and paper.
You're not invited.
Stay out of it, Tony. What's up, Robert? Robert, don't you come with this Charger crap. Get the Charger crap off the screen.
Roberto!
Welcome to the family.
Roberto and the Chargers.
Like the video. Be here for
we got a lot of Adam Thielen questions, so let's just keep going with them. Curtis Samuel or Adam Thielen?
Adam Thielen.
So Adam Thielen. I'll stay with Adam Thielen.
Curtis Samuel. What's wrong with these two people up here? Curtis Samuel's clearly been the better option this year.
Okay, Tony, now I'll differ with you because now Roberto's asking Thielen or Scary Terry. I'm going with Scary Terry.
I'm going with Scary Terry also, and I swear, Tony, go with Adam Thielen.
Well, I just want to say something about Mr. Minnesota. Fuck you guys. This isn't even a question. I don't know why he's just putting this in here just so you guys will say somebody other than Adam Thielen. Thank you, Roberto.
Bolt up, Roberto.
Brandon, what's up? And haven't seen you. Welcome to the program. Start 1. Oh, this is a good one. Mike Williams, Deontay Johnson, Tyler Boyd, or Michael Pittman, which is a tough one because I want to know, man, how many wide receivers are you playing, or who's your other wide receivers? You're only playing one of these guys.
This is I think I'm gonna pick the one that you guys are not.
You're gonna say Deontay Johnson?
Continue. What are you gonna pick? I don't want you copying all my answers.
I'm taking Deontay Johnson because I'm taking the Steelers in the win over the Bengals.
Mike is in here trying to steal my takes and then recycle them out here. Why do I got to talk first on everyone? You guys talk.
Mike.
Joe literally talks first on every one. Joe talks first on every single one.
That's not true. Rewind the tape.
It's between Tyler Boyd and Mike Williams for me. I feel like I'm gonna play Mike Williams. Screw Mike Pittman. I'm tired of Mike Pittman's ass being inconsistent.
Who you taking, Tony?
I'm taking Tyler Boyd.
Get this. Tony and the Bengals love the Bengals. I don't think you can go wrong with any one of these guys today. So I think you're right. If you just flip a coin and you're like, all right, I'm taking this guy. The reason I lean more towards Deontay Johnson is because I know he is the number one guy. He does get, the targets that I'm looking for in somebody. I'm not waiting on somebody coming back from injury and like a Mike Williams and Michael Pittman. I got to hope that Matt Ryan is back on his game. And, it wasn't just a fluke last week against the shitty-ass Raiders. And then Tyler Boyd is hit and miss for me. That's why I'm going with Deontay Johnson.
But of all these guys, and Brendan, by the way, please subscribe and like the video. I appreciate you for submitting your question. Out of all these guys, who has the best quarterback and who's the best wide receiver? The tallest one also.
The most overrated quarterback?
Oh, here we
go. Justin Herbert, according to my guy, Emmanuel Acho.
Emmanuel Acho will be fired soon. He'll be a man of the internet.
Only two of these quarterbacks have been to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow and Matt Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
So according to everybody, the Super Bowl is all that matters. Look at Tony writing it down so he can have some receipts later.
Exactly. I have to write this down because you guys are saying like ludicrous things, and I need to. The past couple of weeks, I haven't said anything, but now this is 3 weeks in a row where like crazy shit's being said, and then I never follow up with it. I'm gonna write it down.
What's the reason for following up? You just want to chop us down a little?
What's the reason, Tony? What's the reason?
I never do it publicly. I always reach out to you privately.
So, you're losing in the Pick'ems challenge. It's okay. I was losing last year. I took the L on the chin. You don't have to get so ready. Like, all right, I need to come at these guys.
Cheaters.
Hey, don't worry, Tony. If you ever do take the lead, we'll fake a power outage.
You guys definitely will 100% fake a power.
Is Afix going to gamble with Kyler Murray today, or is he going to start Jacoby Brissett?
Afix, who's the waiver wire people? Like, obviously you could still get Colt McCoy, but if Jimmy G is also available and you have the option, even if he's out, you got to figure out what your IR settings. If you can move him to IR and you still have a choice between Jimmy G and Colt McCoy, I would take the risk of going with Kyler on Monday night. Jacoby Brissett against the Bills, I don't love that matchup.
It's a hamstring injury, right? And I don't want to take a shot on a mobile quarterback with a hamstring injury. But like I said, I don't like Jacoby Brissett either. Jacoby Brissett against the Buffalo Bills. So Tony's right. Check that waiver wire. Maybe you could sneak somebody else in there instead of Jacoby Brissett.
Taylor Heine.
There's been a total of 0 false power outages.
That is not a strong defense. I need you to say what happened. Did a couple extra people get Teslas in your neighborhood, and all of a sudden there was just a huge draw of wattage?
Yeah, we got a lot of questions.
All of a sudden, huh? Aaron Andrade is back. He's acting Conklin or Pitta.
I think he's talking about Pitts. Dennis Pitta probably isn't playing today.
I was like, Pitta hasn't played in a long time.
He was a beast in his prime, though. That couple years that he was able to stay healthy.
Dennis Pitta, is that a thing? That's not a thing.
No, he's talking about Pitts.
He must have meant Pitts, but if it's Kyle Pitts, go with Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I'm going Kyle Pitts as well. Chicago's defense is ass. I
Go
don't
ahead,
know.
Tony. Go against us. Write it down. Put it in there. Write it down.
Conklin, you're
Alright.
flipping out about our stuff. You're going to take Conklin in this situation?
No, I'm gonna explain to this person that if Conklin is a choice, I'm probably going to the waiver wire to look to see if there's somebody else out there that I like more. That's what I would do. I don't love starting Kyle Pitts in this matchup either. I have to start him against Mike in our league where I desperately need a win. And his lucky ass, again, Mike just stays lucky against me in all forms of life. But I have to play him without Travis Etienne this week and without, who's my other running back that's on a bye? That's just been killing it this year. I have Etienne. My top 2 running backs are on a bye. I have to start Najee Harris against him.
I'm sure I have bye weeks in that league.
You don't. Your team is fully ready to go. It is unfair. He's ready to put up 138 points against me.
I noticed that immediately. I was like, this is a bad week to run into me.
This is
What league are we talking about?
The team was CNC and Eckler. And they
What
both.
team are we talking about?
What were we talking about?
What league?
Oh, the ESPN league.
Our Dynasty League.
Yeah, the one that I'm in first place with. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Look
at him put his Johnny Talk sports hat on. Hey, everybody, look at me. I'm in first place in the regular season. I'm going to lose in round 1.
And I just lost Cooper Kupp, so that sucks. And I'm about to lose Devontae Adams. So yeah, I'll be done in a minute. Eric, what's going on, Eric? Curtis Samuel, Adam Thielen, or Keenan Allen? I don't think it's any question. You go with Keenan Allen if he's playing, just because you already know the relationship between him and Herbert, and the third down and Allen, right, Mike?
Yeah, third and Allen. It's super risky still. A veteran coming off a hamstring injury, already re-aggravated it once. But I think in this situation, I would look at what you're facing, Eric. Who's your opponent? Do you need high ceiling play? In this situation, you play him. Tony, are you going to say Curtis Samuel?
You're damn right I'm going to say Curtis Samuel. He's the safest option here.
Write that one down. Write that one down, Joe.
If you have the opportunity to play somebody else on Sunday Night Football, then you can do it. But you got to go with somebody who's giving you a floor of like 12, 14 points.
Keenan Allen said, I'm 100% go, Tony. Are you calling Keenan Allen a liar?
Yeah, Tony. You calling Keenan Allen a liar? You know what?
Write that down too, Joe. You call him a liar.
Call him to his face, Tony.
I'm not calling Keenan Allen anything except for a Hall of Famer beast in the NFL. What I'm saying is coming back off injury, saying it's a coach's decision to play the game, and then the fact that Joe Lombardi is still the offensive play caller, that I feel like I would start somebody a little safer. That's all I'm saying. Don't try to get me on here talking smack about Keenan Allen because it's not going to happen, punk.
Yeah, Keenan Allen. Take that, Keenan Allen. What's up, Harrison? Harrison saying, good morning. Let's go, Panthers. It's so effing cold in North Carolina. It's 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Dude, I would be freezing if it was 46 degrees right now. Roberto, I told you no Charger stuff. Stop with the bolts up stuff. No, don't be commenting. You guys are watching the show. Don't be commenting bolts up, Charger this, Charger that. We don't allow any Charger talk in our comments. We won't bring it on the screen. We'll leave it off. Take it off the screen, Mike. Take it off the screen.
We got another Charger here controlling the chat. It ain't me.
Hey.
Oh, Rob Ryan, the Raiders linebacker coach in the house on the show, asking us fantasy advice today. Rob Ryan with his long hair coming on early morning to ask us to pick 2 for half a PPR. Swift, Jamal Williams, Carter, or Mooney. Woo, Rob Ryan in the house.
Before I answer this, I want to say, Rob Ryan, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on notifications, especially if you're new. I think you got to go with Carter. And how can I say this? Jamal Williams? Are you kidding me? What's going on with Swift, Joe? Can you go talk to your boy Dan Campbell? Tell him stop being an asshole?
Swift is not 100%, and they're trying to. I mean, you don't have a good winning record, but it's like they're trying to work him back in and keep him for the long haul. But Jamal Williams steals those touchdowns like nothing. So I've started Jamal. I have a league where I have both of them, where I have Jamal Williams and Swift, and I start I start Jamal Williams over Swift every week so far. Mooney has been coming up. Michael Carter is the guy there in New York, but he's not the same. Like Tony and I was talking about, he's not the same as the guy who went down, Brees Hall.
No way.
But I like what Mooney's doing. So if I had to start two in this one, I'm starting Jamal Williams and I'm starting Mooney.
Yeah, I like this Mooney play in a dome. Speed, track speed, put him out there. I think they try to get the ball to him deep a couple times and maybe hit a big play there for Mooney. The thing with Carter is I don't trust Zach Wilson. I'm seeing a lot of people say you got to pick the Jets. The Jets, this is their time. I need to see that first. Jamal Williams, he's clearly going to be in this situation.
How do you think the Chargers wide receiver core is going to play out?
It's going to be you got to play Mike Williams.
Yeah, so I have Mike Williams in, but I also have Josh Palmer on the team. So leading up to game time, I'm going to wait to see what happens in that scenario. Who's in, who's playing. If you're telling me that it's just Josh and Mike, I think I'm going to start Josh Palmer. Like if you tell me that it's Josh Palmer and one of the guys is going to go, then I'm going to start Palmer over Mike or just Keenan. He's the healthiest number 2 option on the team. And I know that we all, again, this goes back to the Zeke thing. Who's going to be better? Who's going to have a better chance, healthier to make plays? The guys that are coming back off of major injuries or the guy who's been there every week, who's just needed a little assistance, take away a little attention from the offense? Who's got a better option? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And we need Curtis timeout in a minute, too.
The answer to that, Tony, is whether or not Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are complete liars. They said they're 100% go. Not half percent go.
100% go means I'm available for the game. It doesn't mean that I'm in shape and ready to play 100% and ready to be out there.
That's not what I take it as. I take it 100% go means I'm ready to go and take a full workload. Now, I don't think they are.
Yeah, full workload.
Calling them liars is what I'm saying.
Full load, Tony.
If Mike Williams and Keenan Allen play, they're both going to outscore Josh Palmer tonight. Write that one down.
A full load, Tony.
Good. Both of them. I want it to happen. As long as the Chargers win, I don't care who gets the glory. I really don't. I don't give a shit if it helps my fantasy team or not. They need to beat the Chiefs. I need to have a good week of watching sports talk or listening to it in the background or whatever it is where they go, you know what? Chargers showed something here. And if they can get back Bosa and if they can get back blah, 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 blah. I get so pissed listening to these idiots bash the Chargers. I just need a week where they have taken down the Chiefs in impressive fashion, and I get to hear a little bit of good shit talked about the Chargers. Top 20 wide receiver this year. Can you guess who I'm about to say?
Curtis Samuel.
Thank you. And you guys are talking about benching this guy like he hasn't been producing all season for people that are terrible, that aren't even in the top 30 or injured.
Anyway, yeah, start Curtis Samuel, guys.
There you go. That's all I needed.
Mike Dillon said for you to process the trade in the 32-man league. He accidentally reset it. Afix came back and told you, Tony, Jacoby was the best option that he had outside of Kyler Murray if he's not playing. Mitchell is back, and Mitchell's asking Mike Williams, Josh Palmer, or George Pickens needs to start 2.
Mike Williams. And
George Pickens.
It's George Pickens. Yeah, I'm sorry, Tony.
Yeah. You got to start at this point. You got to start George Pickens with the way that him and Kenny Pickett are connecting and how many targets he's getting. It's worth doing it just because of the target share alone that Pickens is getting.
This is a spot where Mitchell is in a great place because he can start Mike Williams, but if he doesn't play for some reason, then he has Josh Palmer. So you start Mike Williams, you start George Pickens.
Yep. Mike Williams is confirmed 100% go. He's in. There's no questionable anymore with him. He's in, Tony.
I hope
Jackson
you're right.
Or Daniels. I don't know who.
I don't trust the Chargers at all.
You guys know who Vincent is talking about? Jackson or Daniels?
Jackson or Daniels.
Both of these don't make sense. Daniels and Jackson don't add up to me.
Johnny's still on it about how Derek has no evidence to claim against him. The burden of proof is on the state, is what Johnny's saying. It's on the state, Tony. I have led. I have the. They have. It's going to be a good one. Brissett, because the Bills' defense hasn't been good lately. Johnny's saying, "Go with Jacoby Brissett." Oh, there he goes. Daniel.
He went.
That was way off. That was not the Jackson and Daniels I was thinking of, but okay. Daniel Jones or Lamar Jackson is what Vincent finally put out there.
Lamar Jackson.
Tony, you ever think that you at the beginning of the season that you would ever see a question like this?
No,
I feel like I'm being trolled that it's even a question. Why are we doubting on Lamar Jackson? What happened?
What do you guys think about this one though? Justin Fields or Lamar Jackson? I got him in the league, both of them.
I love Justin Fields today against Atlanta.
I'm playing Fields. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And I just love the conditions too. I love the opportunity for him to be home and maybe put on a show. Maybe that works out for him.
I know what Vince is thinking today, though. Vince is thinking Daniel Jones versus the Lions, who have the worst defense in the league. That's the one reason he's putting it out there.
They do suck.
Yeah, which is fine, but he's played other teams that have bad defenses, and he's still Daniel Jones. Playing a bad defense doesn't change who you are as a player, which is a backup quarterback pretty soon. Lamar Jackson did miss practice time this week with an illness, so maybe that's a little bit more caution. But also, like, if Lamar Jackson's healthy, we're counting on him having 80 yards, a rushing touchdown, and then finding a healthy Mark Andrews, or hopefully. I hope
you play Lamar Jackson if you got Lamar Jackson and he's playing. If Lamar Jackson's active and playing, you put him in over anybody and everybody. I'm guessing this is respect. What do you guys think about the Cowboys versus the Vikings? I got the Vikings winning. So do I. Oh, I don't know how to do a Viking horn. That's kind of stupid, but
isn't it like?
What is it? Oh, is that horn?
I don't know.
I already packed up my vuvuzela for the year, so I can't make the noise.
Tony, who's winning, Vikings or the Cowboys?
I picked the Cowboys, but I don't have any idea.
Yeah, we did our pick'em show yesterday. We did our pick'em show. If you guys want to go back and watch that, if you guys have time. But yeah, I'm the only one that took the Vikings to win. So
Mike, you know what's going to happen. I'm just going to trash the Cowboys last week on the show. I don't know if you're part of this. Last week on the show, I said the Cowboys were starting to fall into that Super Bowl, like I could see it situation, and then they blow a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter or whatever. If they lose again this week, it's just going to be me shitting on the Cowboys next Friday or whenever we do the Pick'em show for like 50 minutes. Me talking shit about Dak Prescott and how the Cowboys suck.
And how Dak Prescott is the black Kirk Cousins. Isn't that why Amari Cooper got traded? Because he said that, and now they're playing Kirk Cousins this week?
Yeah, they played each other.
Michael Key says he's new to the show. Michael, what's up, Michael?
I
have Ayuk, Myers, St. Brown, Keenan Allen. Should I sit one of these guys, or should I sit Najee Harris and play Keenan? Oh, you should sit Najee Harris.
I'm new.
Yeah.
So basically, do you like Najee Harris over any of those four guys that I just named? Ayuk, Myers, St. Brown, or Keenan Allen?
I don't like Najee Harris over anybody, honestly. That's starting quality.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. They did look better last week coming off of a bye, but what are we looking at here? We got Steelers,
Bengals.
Yeah, no, I'm not playing Najee in that. Sorry. Yeah. Thanks for being here, Michael.
Such a freaking shame, Najee Harris this year.
Jonathan, what's going on? Haven't seen your name. If you guys are new to the program, please like and subscribe. Help us out tremendously. That's all we ask for in return, and we'll answer all your questions. Jonathan's asking Kyle Pitts or David Njoku. David Njoku finally back. Like, this is the guy that I've had, and he was a top 5 tight end before he went out and got hurt with the high ankle sprain. I'm not putting him in my lineup this week because I'm still worried. I want to see what he does when he comes back. And maybe I'll miss the big game, and maybe I'll miss a touchdown here or there. But I'm not starting Njoku until I see that he's 100% ready to go.
This is closer, but I'm going with Kyle Pitts again. I think he's going to have a touchdown today.
Yeah, I would like to see Njoku back and healthy. I think Njoku's the play you make because once Deshaun Watson is back, he feels like a third option in the passing game.
And that's next week, so Deshaun Watson and Njoku next week connection comes back, I'll take it. So I'm taking this more of a practice game. RC saying, good luck today, Tony Desperado
That's right.
Tucker.
Desperado.
7 different kinds of smoke right here. Nobody knows that movie reference. Moving on.
Joe Lombardi needs to go. I like that. You could keep that post up.
Yeah,
The
tell him.
Raiders
Robert.
will be close to my heart.
Why? What's
Why?
wrong? Are you sick?
Bad for your heart. You're gonna freaking infect your heart, man.
No shit.
Daniel Jones or Kyle Murray? Well, you got to
Do
watch
the
the
Panthers
injury.
have more wins? Do the Panthers have more wins than the Raiders this year?
I have put the offer down. Yes, I have put the offer down for Harrison. That if he wants to become a Chargers fan, I will send him his first jersey. I will send it to him, stamp sealed, delivered. He'll be wearing number 10. It'll be beautiful. It won't be one of the million number 10s that have worn 10 in Carolina. It'll be the number 10.
And we talked about it yesterday, Tony, about how the Panthers put it down. Even though the Panthers aren't winning, teams that play the Panthers are 0-9 after they play the Panthers. And today, two more teams could add to that. Remember, we were talking about that yesterday.
Yep. No, I remember the stat. It dawned on me that there's a lot of teams that have more wins than the Raiders.
The Raiders are like the worst team in the NFL.
Daniel Jones or Kyle Murray? Who you guys taking?
This is Justin, you have to understand like what your settings are and what's going on, and if you can sub out. I have this situation, and in my settings, if Kyler's ruled out, I can move him to my IR spot, and I can pick up Colt McCoy or Jimmy G. I can get a starting quarterback. This is Monday Night Football. But if Kyler's out there and he's going to give it a go, I just would rather have Kyler out there than the other options. Although Daniel Jones he's a good option. He's better. Like, I've had time to reflect on it. By that I mean the last 38 seconds. Daniel Jones against the Lions feels like one of his better matchups of the year.
Yeah, I'm going Daniel Jones over Kyle Murray. How about that? Like it.
I want Colt McCoy or Taylor Heineke. That's what I'm choosing.
No, Daniel Jones.
Hell no.
Tony.
What did Mike say? Mike wants who? Who was the second name?
Taylor Heineke, Colt
Sign him
McCoy
up.
for fantasy
Mike
football purposes only. That's
Mike
it.
also loves Taylor Heineke. Welcome to the bandwagon, Mike. It's fun.
I actually kind of dislike Taylor Heineke.
Ooh, now you lost me on that one. I
Mike.
couldn't quite hear you.
I want what's best for my boy Scary Terry, and he just keeps them afloat where they're never going to draft a freaking quarterback.
Yeah.
They don't need one.
They do.
You could pay him in Jordans. You could pay him in custom Jordans. That's all he wants out of life.
They've needed one basically my whole life.
Throw
What's
the
up,
rock.
Jack D'Angelo? I like that name, Jack D'Angelo. You can write a movie about that, Tony. Are you guys liking Ayuk or Carter this week at the flex?
Carter. Ayuk's in too crowded of a situation at this point. I saw it in our game. Like Ayuk got the catch and was like, Ayuk's second target. We're in halfway through the third quarter, but they have all these mouths to feed.
He actually got quite a few targets in a game against. I think he hit his quota, which is like 6 to 7. This is a no-win, Jack. But I think I would start Carter. Because here's the way that I look at the 49ers. Last week, they didn't give targets to Deebo Samuels. And they didn't really give targets to George Kittle. So now we're going to get more mouths involved in the offense.
Yeah.
Pick 2.
I'm not taking a shot at this name because I will screw it up, and I apologize in advance. But here we go. Pick 2. A-Rob, Gabe Davis, Rondell Moore.
Okay, I will take a shot at it. It's Hishek Kandulali. I crushed it. Just give me a thumbs up. Pick 2. Gabe Davis. Holy shit.
No more.
You just go with Gabe Davis or Rondell Moore, Tony. That's it.
Say
It's
it.
not hard.
I want Allen Robinson to be the guy so bad without Cooper Kupp.
We're week 12.
But I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm sorry to give it 2 leagues, by the way. But I'm going to go with Gabe Davis and Rondell Moore. Son of a bitch. Allen Robinson has been my biggest disappointment this year.
You started winning in fantasy football when you
I
started.
will not celebrate this with you two idiots. On to the next one. I'm not celebrating not being picked over
Odds
Rondo.
that Johnny Talk Sports moves to 11-0.
0%, like I said last week.
Yeah, I think you're taking the L this week. I haven't looked deeply into it, but you're talking a lot of shit, and I think the fantasy football gods are going to humble you.
Yeah.
There's going to be a power outage, and you're not going to be able to make a substitution. Karma's going to come and lay a big old dump on your doorstep.
My homie Kenny Stays Drill is asking Devontae Smith or George Pickens this week. He's already starting A.J. Brown. So does he start both Eagles wide receivers?
George Pickens had he had a good week last week. I forgot what Pickens did.
Don't matter. It's George Pickens. Talk crap to him. You know what, Tony? Say it to George Pickens' face right now.
What did Georgie do last week?
He's just staring at the screen right now, Tony, and you're just sitting on it. And he's just staring there like this.
Well, he could try to come at me off the line on press like that. I'm knocking him out. I'll say it to his face.
Oh, I guess
there ain't no way you knocking George Pickens out.
I'm not afraid of George Pickens.
3 for 32 last week, Tony.
Yeah, the numbers actually like quite impressive, but he had a rushing touchdown. Like that's what makes it. I don't know. I'm gonna start Devonta Smith, I think. Oh, he's
already George Pickens.
Brown? Okay. I like diversity. George Pickens. If you still have time to trade.
No.
We got 20 minutes.
Pollard or Drake?
Pollard.
I'm going Pollard. I like Pollard too.
I like Drake.
Kenyon Drake?
Yeah.
Where's he
Oh, Tony. Cole Kmet, Pitts, or Njoku?
Pitts. You saw that film study I put out, Tony. Cole Kmet's touchdown.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Just for you.
All I heard was top 5 fantasy tight end. That's all I heard. I didn't hear broken coverage.
He's tied for second most touchdowns by a tight end. It's Cole Kmet.
Because this guy. It only took 8 weeks for it to get rolling, but it's now.
No. It's like 3 years and 8 weeks.
Stop it. Stop it.
Hey, can we not forget that Cole Kmet has now won the trade for the Bears against the Raiders in the Khalil Mack trade? Cole Kmet has been the best player out of that deal.
Which Khalil Mack trade?
The Bears and the Raiders, the original trade.
Yeah, the Bears won the trade. The Raiders lost.
Yeah, with Cole Kmet alone.
Exactly. That's what we're agreeing on something, Joe.
So Cole Kmet. I'm going Cole Kmet. I got him started in 2 leagues. He's starting for me.
Yeah.
After Tony gave up on him, I picked him up in all the leagues. After the Bears acquired Chase Claypool, and Tony goes, "No, Chase Claypool ain't gonna help Kmet." It did, Tony.
Here's what I know. When I back Cole Kmet, he does terrible. So start Kyle Pitts.
My Cowboys, of course. Joker's in the house. What's up, Joker? Super CNB Challengers. What's going on? Joker said, I gave up on fantasy. I lost 8 weeks in a row, so I'm out.
Come on, Joe. You don't want to do that.
Give Joker some credit because he played in his first leagues this year. I convinced him to join some of my followers' leagues, and he joined some pretty crazy formats and stuck through an 8-week losing streak before giving up.
Yeah, but you still got to.
Team is like the Raiders, good on paper, but crap on the field.
You got to log in and start your team. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just being honorable as a fantasy football player. That'll be the next lesson for Joker in his next season.
Because what happens is like the person that you might need to lose, and it sucks when you have to depend on other people. But then all of a sudden they play somebody who's essentially a bye week, and it's like no, I hate that. You got to start.
You set your lineup no matter what your record is.
Also, good karma for next year. Try and get that one done. That's all you need.
So we got a couple of them from Super CNB Challenger. He's asking start one or sit one. Pittman, Tony, Boyd, or Olave. Sit one.
Oh, this is tough. I would sit in Pittman.
I'll sit Pittman as well.
I'm going to sit Pittman, but I don't think Olave is going to have a good day today.
Ouch. Hater.
Now pick 2 to start. I guess this is pick 2 to start. Mike, Will, Pickens, Peoples, Jones, and Palmer.
Mike Williams and Pickens.
And he says he also has Drake and Pacheco. If you have Pacheco, play Pacheco today.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, it's the first time that we got Pacheco's question. But if you have Pacheco, put Isaiah Pacheco in your lineup.
Yeah. I would start Mike Will and George Pickens.
Me too.
Herbert or Cousins?
I'm offended. I'm offended by this shit. Kirk go chains? No way. Justin Herbert. Get both his receivers back.
Are they in Dallas today? Oh no, they're in Minnesota, so we won't see the plane ride home of them dancing, huh?
Everyone's just lost sight that Kirk go chains was terrible for 3 quarters in a big game again last week.
But did he get the dub?
He's not going to Jared this week, Joe. He will not.
You like that? You like that? D-Hop's injured. Replace with Tony, Davis, Pittman, or Brian Robinson. I do like Brian Robinson this week. Just to let you guys know.
I would go.
D-Hop is injured?
Yeah, he has a hamstring injury as well.
He's always injured, man.
Wait, what the fuck?
I was about to trade for him like last week too, but I didn't pull the trigger on that one.
So D-Hop's not playing on Monday Night Football.
He might.
Yeah. He's probably playing it safe here. Like, I got all these other options. I might want to play one of them just in case.
Well, he came back and he was like, "This team sucks, and I'm doing all this for this crappy ass team. I'll just leave."
I saw that he showed up on the injury report. I didn't know it was like bad enough where we were worried about it. What the fuck?
You have him in a couple leagues, huh?
I have him in one league that I really need him to. That I really need a win.
Brian Robinson is going to kill it today. He had 26 carries last week, 86 yards, touchdown. That was great. I think he's going against the worst run defense in the league today. There's only one worse than the Chargers.
I'm liking Robinson this week, and I'm not going to lean against I'll take Robinson. So
if he's going to get 20 carries against Houston, he's going to have 100 yards in the tub. It's going to happen.
That game should be one of the fastest games that we see today because it's just going to be pound, 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 pound. And the clock is going to be going off. It's going to be like this because Pierce is going to eat and Robinson's going to eat, and it's going to be just 2 running backs going at it all day.
I feel like there's a joke that Ben Watson wouldn't have liked right there.
I was in a dilemma a couple weeks ago, one of my lineups, where I was like 2 weeks in a row, I couldn't play a certain slot. I reached out to my buddy who's a Washington fan. And I said, I'm going to trade B-Rob. I'll trade him to you for a pick and an injured player I can put on my injured reserve. And he got greedy. And the deal fell through, and now he is feeling like an idiot. And I'm feeling pretty good about Brian Robinson.
Well, you tried to do the same deal. You wanted Javonte Williams, and I told you to pound sand.
Well, I just sent you an offer. You could have countered it, That's always an
offer you could refuse.
I wasn't trying to fucking get another player. I was trying to dump a player.
And a man of my elegance, class, panache, you think that I'm going to sit there and listen to that? Get out of here.
Javonte Williams stinks anyways.
I will not.
He couldn't even get the starting role over Melvin freaking Gordon. I don't want to hear about Javonte Williams.
Well, it's tough to figure out what's going on when your head coach should really be like a Schwann's door-to-door food salesman. Fuck out of here.
If this happens for a third year and he has to split time with another running back, I'm completely out on Javonte.
So LaMelo's asking about Devontae this week being covered by Patrick Surtain. Look, Devontae, when playing, has been good in every game. He either scores a touchdown or he gets 100 yards. Doesn't matter who's been covering him. The only thing I'm worried about Devontae is his ab injury and his, he was placed on there. I think the reason Derek Carr was crying last week is because of Devontae Adams. Now that it's come out, he knows what Devontae Adams is going through to get on the field. And I think that injury is bigger than what people are making it seem. And I'm afraid that Devontae won't make it through this game.
That's terrible news for me.
So if I'm not worried about the matchup, I'm more worried about the injury, LaMelo. So if you got and LaMelo Ball, I mean, it's great to see you join our program. That's amazing.
LaMelo Ball, Rob Ryan, what a mix of characters. Yeah, I think it's Devontae Adams. So until further notice, you just got to play him against everybody. He played Patrick Surtain once this year, and I think that they got him into favorable positioning with motions, but they still were able to get him A good game. I think he had 9 in the 100 and a touchdown.
Mike Williams, Terry McLaurin, or Deontay Foreman in a full flex. Who you guys taking? I'm
Right.
taking Terry McLaurin.
Oh my! I'm going with Donta Foreman.
We got to rush through these a little bit. It's getting closer to 10.
No, I'm going with Terry McLaurin also. What the hell? Instant replay. That's a good team, my friend.
Jerry McLaurin. Unless you're playing me in that league, then start the last person.
Stash Foreman, though, he's a guy that's going to be useful. It's just this week's a tough matchup for him, and you got some good receivers there.
You guys going to start Hollywood Brown if he's active?
No.
No. Mike said no.
No, I'm sorry. I'm you guys just like totally killed my buzz this morning.
Why?
I've been saying it all year. Fade the Cardinals.
Why, Tony? Well, how did we kill your buzz?
I have DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams on the same roster. And you're like, well, Devontae, he might not play because the team sucks. And so he's just going to sit out rather than bang up his body for next year. That's what I heard anyways. And DeAndre Hopkins is like, hey, I know I got suspended for heroin or whatever. And now I'm going to sit out because my team sucks.
Yeah.
My team's falling apart. That's what I'm saying. You guys just came here with just bad news to end the show.
Well, this is shit you should have been watching all week. Like, you should have been knowing this all week long.
And Tony, you told me that you quit fantasy football a couple weeks ago.
I did. That's when I was losing, Mike. But now I'm winning. Your boy's back in all these matchups. I'm crushing it. You know how hard I've had to fight to get back to 500 in some of these leagues? Like some of the studying and research I've had to do to get back to 5-5 or 4-6 with a chance to get the last playoff spot. A lot. And now my teams are falling apart, is what you're telling me.
And you lose all your receivers at once. All right, pick 2. Slayton, Pickens, Van Jefferson, Jarvis Landry. I didn't even know Jarvis was playing today. Oh, my.
Pickens.
Well, Pickens.
I'm going to go
Pickens. And I'll go Pickens, and I'll go Van Jefferson.
If Landry's playing, I'm playing. I would go with Landry and Pickens, but geez, that's a terrible one. Cordell Patterson or Donta Foreman? Yikes, Raphael. What's up, man?
Oh, Castro in the building. This CPAT, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I go CPAT as well.
Najee Pittman.
What's up? Jakey the Snaky saying, "What's up, guys?"
Yeah, he's in the house. Jakey the Snaky.
Najee or J Rob or Pittman. I go Pittman.
Yeah, I would go Pittman also. I'm anti.
Yeah, that's horrible. Everett back on the injury report yesterday. Everett's not playing, right?
I think that he was set to go on Friday. I don't know what changed yesterday.
The groin popped back up yesterday.
Doing what? Sleeping? Sitting? Walking?
You know what, Mike? When you get old, you'll know.
He's not old. He's the same age as me.
Mike, I got newsflash for you.
He's like 27 or some shit. 28.
Choose one running back with flex. Choose one running back, one flex. Okay, Cooks, Rondell Moore, Robinson, Swift, or Mooney. Okay, that's easy for me. I'm going Robinson and Mooney.
Me too. Joe, bring it in. Tony.
What is it? What am I picking?
You got to pick
one
running back and one flex. Cooks, Moore, Robinson, Swift, Mooney. So either Robinson or Swift, and then a flex.
I'm going with Robinson and
bring it in, Tony.
Robinson and Mooney.
Yeah. We all agree on that.
That's what you guys picked? No,
Yep.
Screw that. Robinson and Cooks.
Don't listen to Tony.
Drake or Brian Robinson?
Easy. Brian Robinson.
Yeah, I don't know.
Brian Robinson as well.
I'm going to go with Brian Robinson just because the matchup is nice. But I think Kenyon Drake, now there's no Gus Edwards. There's no JK. Kenyon Drake's a nice problem to have. This is a good problem, I think. But I would go with Brian Robinson. Matchup is too good.
Stone Smart, trying to get him in the fantasy lineup.
Yeah.
He's returning today.
Wait, he was designated to return. He's like
And another tight end we picked up off of practice squad as well is going to play today. They just basically said, Trey McKitty, you can't catch a cold, man. We're putting other guys in.
They tried too. They sneezed right in his face, and he was like, "Ha, I can't catch it."
Can't catch anything. Oh, man, we appreciate you guys for tuning in as we do every single week. We got all of them done this week. I'm proud of us. Usually we have to rush through those last couple, but I'm glad we got through all of them. Anything else before I sign us off here, Joe, Tony? Say goodbye to these people. Tony, what are you writing down? We agreed in the last 3.
I'm not writing anything down. I seriously am so bummed about what's going on with this one team that's just falling apart. Just end the show.
Okay. Okay. We'll see you guys next
part of all the picks that Tony had right that you guys didn't have.
All of those are going Mike's way. See you guys next week. Tanks for Stroud. Las Vegas, tanks for Stroud.